Okay, next I would like to welcome Kevin Flynn, who is a director with Flynn Management and Contractors. Kevin, they have become a leading force in the commercial fit-out sector in Ireland in the last few years, and recently opened up an office in Limerick to service the Munster area. I'll pass you over to Kevin to tell you the story, and to be honest, it's a good story. Okay? Yeah?
Can't figure out the videos, huh? Thanks very much. As I say, thanks John and Michelle, and congratulations on your 10 years in business. We've worked well together over these last few tough years, and now we're looking forward to enjoying working together on some larger projects as things improve going forward. People would warn you about the pitfalls of working with your family, but in our scenario, in our case, we're just going to quickly show you this. Yeah, if you just make that full screen. This is LinkedIn up in whatever you've done, you've just lost it. Just hit play and run. This is LinkedIn up in Dublin. John will just we'll get through the presentation, but let's just show you some of the work we've completed. This is LinkedIn's offices up in Dublin. Some of these tech companies, they're hiring like 25 and 30 people every month. They're taking on space as quick as they can get it to create areas for these people to work in. It's all very funky stuff as well. It's all soft areas where people can work together, exchanging ideas and working late into the evenings. So that was just a quick idea of one of the projects we've recently completed. Sorry, I can get back to the presentation. Sorry about this, Michelle.
You're fine.
So as I say, people would warn you about the pitfalls of working with your family, but like the positives in our scenarios far outweigh the negatives. You know, our business is completely built on trust. You can see there, we sat down last year after being 10 years in a business ourselves. We sat down and we wrote up our visions and missions and values and the whole lot. And like, you know, our business is completely built on trust-built partnerships, integrating our knowledge, innovation, resources to create exceptional working environments. And you know, one of the key relationships we've had in Munster over the last 10 years has been knowing that John and his team were looking after some of our clients. And some of the work was quite awkward. There was late night work, there was done stores work, some clients who could be very specific about what they want and some real tight deadlines. But knowing that John and his team were involved was weight off our mind. So well done to that. As John would attest, 10 years in business, people would think, you know, people have an idea of what success looks like, you know, and after 10 years you look at the graph and, you know, you have a starting point and where you are now. But, you know, the road isn't always as neat and as straight-lined as that. And John and Michelle would tell you that there's always some rough bumps along the way. So well done for getting through it. Flynn Management Contractors, we're a main contractor, and a lot of our clients have been the large FDI companies. We've just looked at LinkedIn, Twitter, Google, and these type of companies. So when we look back over our 10 years, we grew quickly. We were a great success story the first few years. Myself and Mick were running around patting ourselves on the back, 3 years in business, and we built a business up to 2007. And then Lehman Brothers happened, and we really found out how good we were at business, which wasn't great. As I said, from 2004 to 2007, we were geniuses, and then we really had to really look at the nuts and bolts of where we were. When we look at the revenue, like in April, we looked at some of the numbers. In April 2007, we turned over 2.23 million. April 2010, 35,000 euros. So you can see the bite in the numbers, how much. And April of this year will be somewhere around 7 million. So, you know, you've got the ups, you've got the downs. there's a lot of management in both. But all I'd say is, it's a challenge for us to grow a business, but it's much more rewarding. It's much easier to get out of bed when things are going in the right direction. It is tough when, you're making some tough decisions on your overhead and you're looking at things a bit differently, So when we were at a recent budget briefing, we looked at where the effects of our business, and the shape of our graph is closely mirrored by Ireland's GNP movement in the last 10 years. So what we have to worry about is, although we're building a quite successful business now, and this is for everybody really in the room, is that the next time the GNP and the GD figures take a little bit of a dip, that our business are resilient enough and they're strong enough to withstand that. So that's where picking your partners and making sure that you're working with the right people is very important. As I say, it's not all doom and gloom. Never waste a crisis. It's a time to really focus your business and really look at your client list and make sure you're working with the right people. Like John's just moved offices. We've made some investments in our own business in the last while. We're building a new office. We've opened a new office in Limerick, and we've also moved our whole business via the cloud to cloud network, which has allowed us to. We can remotely, by phone or by laptops, we can access all our files remotely, which is very handy when your projects are all over Ireland. Growth through opportunities. This is kind of just showing that it's up to you how you manage your business, but the important thing is that you can only grow. You're only as good as your client list. And you can manage some things, but like how we managed was we were very specific in highlighting people we wanted to work with. All top quality clients. At the beginning, we started working with the HSE, which taught our guys how to work in a highly protocoled environment. Then we started working with the DAA in Dublin Airport, and we're starting to work in a highly regulated environment. Then we started working with the FDIs. Jim earlier spoke about, you have to take responsibility for positioning yourself in different markets, and that's something we did. We went out there and made sure that we were in the right place to get the work from the LinkedIns and the Microsofts and Twitters and Googles. Then we started doing heavy office refurbishments, and finally we received a large order in the last year from Hibernia REIT. So that's how we've grown our business, is through the relationships of our clients. The relationships also we've had with John. John has been an integral part of our growth, in that these are all the companies where the two businesses have worked well together. There's some great names in there. Lee Strand here in Tralee. There's some KBCs, Dunn Stores. I think we've also worked with Dunn Stores in Tralee, have we?
Well,
so
half of it, they stopped.
Yeah. Did they run out of money or did they throw us off?
No. They run out of money.
Okay. So you can see there's some real trusted, there's some good brands there, some good, and you need to know who you're working with, and John's team have looked after them clients well for us, and it's been good for both businesses. We've grown our team strong. John's grown his business as well. We've now over 80 people in our business. You have to invest in your people, you have to invest in training and staff, and we have to invest in yourself as well to continue to grow your business. It's all about attracting the best talent and building a strong team, and we've now over 80 people in our team. Steve Jobs would have said, it's all about hiring smart people. And then once you've hired smart people, don't tell them what to do, let them tell you what to do. Like, listen to them, let them educate you on the opportunities that are out there. Some of these young guys know more about these ITs and these apps and social media than you do, so you really have to listen to their ideas. As John said, we recently recognised that the FDIs, the big companies coming into Dublin, they're running out of space in Dublin. So we've opened an office in Limerick, and we were lucky enough last year that we secured and delivered the project for Uber. That job was handed over at Christmas on a very tight deadline, and Michael Noonan is there opening it. So, some great clients there again. All these projects along the bottom have been delivered by the Limerick office: Uber, University of Limerick, Shannon Airport, Port Fáilte and Lee Strand. What we'd always tell about anybody in our business, people don't really care how much you know, but they know how much you care until they know how much you care. It's very important that you understand the client's requirements. One thing we've learned is anyone can build. Buy a transit van, buy a box of tools, and you're a builder. But until you can understand what the client wants and understand their requirements, and then you build your business around their requirements, that's when you'll see some real growth in your business. As John said, we've always concentrated on quality in our business, and it's the quality of our clients that we've concentrated on, rather than just looking at turnover. The turnover will come. If you get the right clients and you put yourself in the right place, turnover will look after itself. Their capital expenditure budgets will improve, and you'll be their partner for that growth. The first indication that you're really delivering a quality product is when you're achieving high levels of repeat business. And you're certainly getting it right when you find a client who's willing to spend a little bit more, and they've gone through their tender process. You may not have been the cheapest. I would never sell my business and always been the cheapest anyway. But where the client is willing to sit down, and maybe you've come second or third in the process, but to look at your offering, and they're willing to pay a little bit more because they want to work with you as a partner. So 80% of our business now is repeat business, with 25% of that work negotiated. So then you can really get into building a good business. It's important to us that all our clients and all our projects that we complete are all become testimonials and become reference sites for our business. And these people go on to become your best salespeople. When someone asks, like, we started working in LinkedIn first, and then we got an opportunity with Google, but when the Google team asked us, could we go and have a look at something we've recently completed, we sent the team in. We didn't even go in. And Eileen Slammin, who's the director inside in the Dublin workplace for LinkedIn, she sold us. She sold our services. So when your clients are becoming your salespeople, that's how you can really start working with some good people. Growing with our clients. In March 2014, we got a €70,000 contract with Twitter. And in October of last year, we just got awarded a €34 million contract with Twitter. Brian, is it? Yeah, we're speaking about all the energy saving devices, sustainability in the projects. A lot of these clients, these American clients, they're insisting on a standard called LEED. It's an American standard, and it's all about the environmental sustainability of their projects. We're building that project now to LEED Gold standard, and that'll ensure that the building is the most energy efficient it can be. That other things that's important to them is that they take old brownstone buildings in Dublin where there is public transport and there is public links, and this will be the same in all the cities, and they rebuild in existing spaces, and that it's encouraging people to get to work efficiently as well. So the systems that Brian is speaking about, the American companies, when they come into Ireland, they're insisting that we understand their requirements and we build to them standards. The Twitters or the Googles, the LinkedIn, their boards back in America will insist that their projects, but not only that, the big investment houses, the Kennedy Wilsons and these guys who own a lot of the property portfolios in Dublin, they will only get investments from certain funds if they can ensure that a high percentage of their buildings are all meeting those sustainable standards. Again, growing with our clients. An example of this, in October 2008, we received a 40,000 subcontract order on the T2 project in Dublin Airport. And just January of this year, we received a €27 million management contract direct for the DAA. So again, another example of getting in, understanding a client's requirements, and understanding how you're going to grow your business through building a good, solid relationship. Just going back to the Twitter story, a Cork fella that we were working for in Dublin, Declan Hegarty, told us when he did give us the €70,000 order, he said, I'll give you the €70,000 order, Kevin, but you certainly won't get the big one. And like at that stage, we told Declan we'd do whatever we had to do over the 2-year period to make sure that when the big order came, we would get it. So we're delighted we were able to put that in place. So that's a bit of a story about Flynn's. John talks about quality, and he talks about building in a safe manner. Like, it's something very important to us, Flynn Management and Contractors, is our safety record. Like, we've over 6 years now without any loss of time accident. That's a real value within the company. Myself and Mick, when we sat down and we wrote our values, we understand that everyone who comes to work on one of our sites has to go home safely. Our own father, who's here today, it's great to see him here, like at 56 years of age, had a fall and was never able to work within the construction industry again. So when someone falls, it's a statistic, but it's more than a statistic when it's a story. And as a family, you feel the whole what goes on when someone falls in your site and they lose mobility or they lose the ability to go out and earn for their family. So quality is important, safety is important to us, and these are values that we bring across all our sites, and our clients really value them. that's more or less it. I would like to thank John to give us the opportunity to come down. He told me originally that I'd be speaking for 30 minutes. I said, no, I'll try and do it in 10. So I hope I haven't held you up too long. And I wish John and Michelle all future success. And we look forward to working together on many more projects. So well done, John. Thanks.